Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel, where science meets sweat. Today, we're diving into a question that every serious lifter asks at some point. Should I lift heavy or light weights for the best results? We're going to break down the science behind each, what they do to your muscles, and how you can use both to maximize your gains. Let's get into it. First, let's define the terms. Lifting heavy usually means training with 75 to 90% of your 1 rep max. That's the maximum weight you can lift for a single repetition. Lifting light is typically 40 to 60% of your 1 rep max, done for higher reps, usually 12 or more. Both of these strategies stress the muscle, but they do it in very different ways. Muscle hypertrophy, aka muscle growth, comes down to 3 key mechanisms: mechanical tension, muscle damage, and metabolic stress. Lifting heavy creates high mechanical tension, and this leads to micro tears in the muscle fibers. These are tiny structural damages at the cellular level. Your body responds to this damage with muscle protein synthesis, where satellite cells are activated and repair the torn fibers, making them bigger and stronger. A 2016 study in the Journal of Physiology found that high mechanical load leads to greater satellite cell activation and long-term hypertrophy. Now, lifting lighter weights doesn't mean less effective. In fact, when you lift light weights for high reps to failure, your muscles experience significant metabolic stress, that burning sensation you feel. This leads to a spike in lactic acid, growth hormone, and cell swelling, all of which contribute to muscle hypertrophy and muscular endurance. A study published in PLOS One in 2012 showed that lifting light weights to failure resulted in similar hypertrophy compared to heavy weights, when total volume and effort were matched. Your muscles are made up of type 1, which are slow twitch, and type 2, which are fast twitch fibers. Heavy lifting recruits type 2 fibers. They're big, powerful, and made for short explosive movements. Light lifting primarily uses type 1 fibers, which are built for endurance and fatigue resistance. But here's the catch. When you push light weights to failure, you still end up recruiting type 2 fibers as type 1 fibers fatigue. So when should you go heavy, and when should you go light? Use heavy weights when your goal is to increase strength, power, and overall muscle mass. Think 3 to 6 reps, 3 to 5 sets. Use light weights when targeting endurance, improving muscle definition, or during recovery or rehab phases. Aim for 12 to 20 reps, 3 to 4 sets. Progressive overload matters more than load itself. You need to consistently challenge your muscles with increasing volume or intensity to grow, regardless of whether it's heavy or light. When you lift heavy, you create microscopic tears in your muscle tissue. This activates satellite cells which fuse to the damaged area, laying down new protein strands. This process is known as muscle protein synthesis, and it happens mostly during rest, especially when you sleep. The body's synthesis peaks around 24 to 48 hours post-workout. This is why recovery, sleep, and nutrition are just as important as your training. Here's how you can structure your training to get the best of both worlds. Option 1, weekly split. Day 1, heavy upper body, compound lifts like bench press, pull-ups. Day 2, light full body endurance circuits. Day 3, heavy lower body, squats, deadlifts. Day 4, light accessory or isolation training. Option 2, within session. Mix. Start with heavy compound lifts, for example, 4 sets of 4 to 6 reps, then finish with lighter isolation work, 3 sets of 12 to 15 reps to failure. Option 3, periodization. Alternate blocks of 4 to 6 weeks where you focus on heavy weights, then transition to lighter, high rep phases to build endurance and give your joints a break. Here's the bottom line. Heavy weights build raw strength and power. Light weights build endurance and metabolic stress. Both stimulate muscle growth in different ways. Muscle repair and growth happen after training, so eat, sleep, and recover. Combining both in a smart program gets you the best of both worlds, so don't choose between heavy and light. Use them both strategically. If you found this video helpful, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and let me know in the comments. Do you prefer lifting heavy or light, and why? And remember, train smart, lift strong, and stay consistent. See you in the next video.